Mount Kenya, the sheriff is the man of God,
The truthful man of God.
son of Mama, Rigathi Gachagua, aka Rig
Rigathi.
G. So Kimani wa Mshomba doesn't seem to respect Rig G that much. He thinks the style ya Rig G si nzuri, and she says it publicly. You will certainly antagonize the crowds who are Rig G people. They are Rig G compliant. Yeah. I want to go beyond Somali. It, to me, is more a Muslim. They are beginning to have the sort of numbers that convince me it won't be long before they produce a president. And I've said this before. The Muslims are acquiring the power to produce a president.
In our lifetime?
Not your lifetime, my lifetime.
So great to have you on Richard Mwenja, exclusive straight from 17 Losai here in Ngara. We're so honored to have you on board. If you are a student, if you are a young professional like I am, this is the place for you if you want to own a home or if you want to add something to your investment portfolio. How about you come and invest in this modern studio apartments starting from 3 million Kenya shillings only. And there's a good plan for you in the sense that if you want to do a one-off payment, you just need to deposit 3 million Kenya shillings and you'll have a unit to yourself. But you can pay actually 10% at the initial phase of the negotiations, 80% during constructions, and the other 10% during the official handover of this unit to you. So this is for you, a student, a young professional, or an investor. Come to 17 Losai here in Ngara. And remember, this is just a stone throw away from Nairobi CBD and also just a minute away from Nairobi University where Prof teaches. So your students need to come to this property, right?
Those who can afford.
Those who can afford.
Yes. It's not for free.
It's not for free.
Yes.
All right, Prof, let's have a conversation around our politics and governance issues here in Kenya. And let's start it off from Githunguri Member of Parliament, Gathoni Wamshomba. She says she's a victim of compassion, all thanks to her act of compassion towards the Chungwa's family. During the loss of their dad, she was there at least to offer some sense of comfort. Her followers believe that this is a sense of betrayal, that any association with those who are allied to the president, it amounts to a sense of betrayal. Does it?
You don't stop being a human being because you differ with me on political issues. We remain human beings. I mean, brothers can have different political persuasions. Do they stop being brothers? If your friend is in another political party and you're another one, and their daughter was wedding, you can't attend the wedding. If Kimani Ichung'wah lost his wife, his mother, for example, sorry, Kimani Ichung'wah, my friend. The wife is alive. Let her continue being alive for many, many years to come.
Sure.
The father passed on. Why would Mudono Kashomba not go and say Paul?
Some would argue that during times of high-octane politics, then you must remember that Caesar's wife must be beyond reproach. So now, because there is this new temperature in town whereby those allied to Gachagua are only supposed to be in his camp and not the other camp.
No, I've suffered because of that myself. Not once, not twice. I've seen people who see things in terms of black and white. People who think all your enemies must be my enemies. Life doesn't work like that. And I can sit, me personally, in my way of doing things, I can sit with anybody. Including my harshest critic. I sit with them. I have no problem. You can say all manner of things about me, but we can have tea together.
At the expense of your re-election?
I mean, life can't be just re-election. There are bigger things than... And I don't think the voters are also that stupid. That just because you are seen with Kimani Ichung'wah during the funeral of his dad, then you are working with him. Let's give voters credit, please. I don't think that's the case. Perhaps there is more than meets the eye in this Mshomba thing.
Because right after that act of compassion, she was met with hostile crowds in her backyard.
Yeah. So it depends. Maybe there are things they know we don't know. And remember, there is more than going to Kimani Ichung'wah's place.
There is?
There is how she's relating with the sheriff in town. Mount Kenya, the sheriff is the man of God.
The truthful man of God.
Son of Mama. Rigathi Gachagua, a.k.a. G. So Kimani wa Mshomba doesn't seem to respect Rigiji that much. He thinks the style ya Rigiji si nzuri. And she says it publicly. You will certainly antagonize the crowds who are Rigiji people. They are Rigiji compliant. Yeah. So you have to be... That's where I thought she would need to navigate a lot more carefully than she's doing. It's like going to Nyanza and saying bad things about Raila. People will be met with hostile crowds and reception. So Gadoni Mshomba is more a victim of her views on Rigathi Gachagua than her attendance of the funeral in Kimani Ichung'wah's place, and even what Kimani Ichung'wah could have jokingly said.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, with her new position under the Kenya Moja outfit, some would argue that she's trying to run a parallel show from that of the United Opposition, where Rigiji is centered in. Do you think she runs the risk of maybe being now viewed as a further compromise on the main course, which is anti-Ruto?
People have even said already that this thing has been set to destabilize the United Opposition.
Sure.
And in particular, in respect to Gadoni wa Mshomba,
Sure.
it has been said it is there purposely to break Rigiji's hold on Mount Kenya. That's what people are saying, not Manyora. And she has to deal with that. If you come from Mount Kenya and you are running in the opposite direction with the man of God, the truthful man of God, son of Mau, Rigathi Gachagua, or Manyora, aka Rigiji, you have to be prepared. For now.
For now.
I don't know about tomorrow, but now, if you are not with Rigiji, you will invite trouble. So, Wamshomba is an independent person. That is good. I had actually thought governorship was hers for the taking. That's the way I'd seen it.
Until?
But now it's gone.
Now it's gone?
You can't. Anybody who doesn't align themselves with the man of God, you can't get it.
Talking about the man of God, he believes that he's the best person to triumph over William Ruto, the president, come 2027 elections. But equally, Kalonzo believes he's the man for the job. And this is something that Senator Manzo had to say yesterday, that Raila is aware that even if he supports Ruto, half of his own support base will reject Ruto. Unless Ruto steps down and supports Raila for president, I can assure you that a Kalonzo versus Ruto candidature, Ruto will lose, and a Kalonzo versus Raila candidature, Raila will lose. So clearly, there's this increased conversation that Kalonzo is the candidate who can take William Ruto down. Does that hold water from your lenses?
You know, Dan Manzo is saying what I would say if I was mad, if I were him. Kila mwamba ngoma, uvutia kwake.
However weak your candidate is.
Yes, you must say. Mtu anajivunia yake. Hata kama ni namna gani. So Dan Manzo is saying what anybody in his position would say. That Kalonzo is the best person. That's natural. Others will say Matiang'i is the best. That's what Onyonga would say.
Or Jeremiah Kioni.
Or Jeremiah Kioni. And somebody else will say man of God is the best. Senator Methu ama anaitwa nani?
Methu Muhia.
That's what they will say. That's normal.
That is normal.
So it's nothing abnormal. But beyond that, it is true Kalonzo has very high chances.
What makes
he's the most... If you decide to... If the opposition were to decide to select a candidate by ticking boxes, I think Kalonzo will tick the most boxes. But you see, it may not be that. It may be other factors beyond those boxes.
Sure.
If you tick the boxes, Kalonzo is the best. He's the most suited compromise candidate. To be very honest with ourselves. Most suited compromise candidate. That's obvious. Because of ticking the boxes. Has been along for longer than anybody else. Has experience up to vice president full term, not like Gachagua a few months.
Half term.
Yeah, it is full 5 years. Minister for many years. You know, has organizing top leader of KANU organizing sector for many years. Powerful cabinet portfolios, foreign affairs, education. During foreign affairs, he oversaw the Sudan peace talks and many other complex situations in the world. So if you're looking at that experience, he has supported Raila for really 3 terms. He's about 70 years old, like Manyora. So he can't deputize these young people. He has more experience than them. He could deputize Raila, who he was asked on Citizen TV.
Yeah.
And he said, surely he can't deputize. Only he didn't come out well. He didn't put it well. So again, beyond the people saying you are the compromise candidate, you must bring something on the table. And when I listened to him on Citizen TV, again, he didn't come out like he can.
Underwhelming?
Yeah, he can't. It's not convincing.
I think that's why he needs you as a political consultant.
But they don't understand that. They think they know everything. They think they know. I think for that reason, they have to watch out for the son of Mau.
Let's further advance this conversation. And you're talking about political firebrands believing that they carry the war chest needed to triumph over their competitors in 2027, or at least their communities. And this is what Junet Mohammed had to say regarding who will be the kingmaker come 2027. And he says, the Somali community will determine the 2027 elections. Prof, you've always held this vision before, that maybe if you're not careful, it's the Islam community or at least the Somali community. Why do you think Junet is convinced, looking at the realities of today?
First of all, I want to go beyond Somali. It, to me, is more a Muslim. They are beginning to have the sort of numbers that convince me it won't be long before they produce a president. And I've said this before. The Muslims are acquiring the power to produce a president.
In our lifetime?
Not your lifetime, my lifetime.
Come on, Prof.
Yeah. And I've said this, and people argued with me. One of them, a very close friend of mine, a very senior person within the loyal opposition. You call it loyal or united?
Royal United Opposition.
A very senior person who also used to be very senior during the Kibaki administration. He told me, Manyora, those guys can't even have 2 million votes. I told him, you are joking. Let us get to 2027. Let's see how many Somali votes we are going to have. Let's just wait and see. So I told him, fine, you are right. Let me be wrong. But you had better be wrong now than wrong in 2027. You had better listen to me now that wake up in 2027 when the combined Muslim vote can cancel out the Mount Kenya votes. Yes.
Could happen?
You see, certain identities are more powerful than others. A religious identity sometimes can be extremely powerful. An identity of minority, people who feel they are minority sometimes, can also be more powerful than the identity of those who do not suffer the problem of, who do not have the challenge of numbers. An identity brought about by suffering, for example, bonds people together. So I'm saying there are certain identities that are very powerfully close-knit and well-bonded. And for my friend and the other people in the opposition, if Ruto were to harness the Muslim vote properly, and they have really propelled Raila's numbers in the past.
Sure.
Only there were never many. Remember in the last census, there was debate, and these things have gone up to the court and other forum. They have been debated for a long time, whether indeed the numbers we saw in the last census are correct or not. The Muslim, especially the Somali people, have had a problem with vetting to give them national ID. Sometimes people just give up. Now Ruto has removed that stringent vetting, my friend. So my friend, your name starts with A. My friend, A.G. It's not the A.G., but his name, one of them starts with another one with G. My friend, don't wait to be surprised in 2027, the sort of votes there will be. And this religion, especially with an eye on a future presidency can get more united than other identities. I don't know that you get it.
I get it.
The tribal identity in this country is what is driving this country. But over the years, it is becoming less bonding than before. So that even if you look at the number of Luos that have united behind Raila in the past, they have been going, the numbers have been going down. You get it?
I get it.
So the tribal identity is beginning to diminish in terms of how lethal it is. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying.
I get the point.
If let's be very practical.
True.
If you made Duale your running mate, if you are Ruto, or Ali Hassan Joho, or whatever, some of these, or just pick Abdul Kadir. You know, there's a young man,
Abdikadir Mohammed,
who became a victim of this clan stuff in Northeastern.
Yeah,
you get a young man like somebody like that, a very compact person, one-term MP, just because of clan arithmetics.
Yeah.
If you get somebody like that, for example, I don't know him, I've never sat with him, but I've just seen him in the past. He's so compact. Somebody like that and made him your running mate. My friend, this guy is AG, please, you better listen to me. Those guys can put on the table 4 million votes.
A united 4 million votes?
Yes, they are there. There are so many Muslims in this country. And the Somali vetting has interfered with the registration of voters, with the registration of, with ID, acquisition of IDs, and therefore voter registration and the ability to participate in elections. With Ruto having cleared the way for them. Of course, other people are saying one or two other things, which we may not quite be competent to say. I'm telling you, these guys are joking.
I get it.
Yes.
Before we transit to the other side of the conversation, let me bring you up to speed with this particular amazing property that is 17 Losai here in Gara. And of course, they have a number of competitive edges. Talk about elegant finishes, something that is so unique, something that's so rare to find in town. You can have a big house, really, but the finishes are a bit out of the test that you really want. And also when it comes to cost, it's really affordable. You can make a one-off payment of 3 million shillings, starting from 3 million Kenyan shillings, and you get to own one of these units, Prof. Can you imagine that? Or at least come with your 10% deposit, pay 80% during construction, and then wind up with the other 10% during the final handover. Not just that, something so unique, Prof, and I know you haven't met this before. Talk about disaster management facilities. Have you ever been in an apartment whereby in the event of fire outbreak, there are these water ducts all over the place and other disaster response systems? Because clearly, if you want value for your money, it has also to come with some extra benefits. And this is what 17 Losai gives you. Also proximity to town because it's just here in Gara, barely 2 kilometers from the CBD. Come here with your 3 million Kenyan shillings, make that initial deposit for you as a young professional, for you as a student, or just as an investment. Looking to add something to your investment portfolio, you can get one of these units, convert them into a BNB, and make some value, some return on your investment. This is 17 Losai. Prof, finally, we've been talking about maybe the Islam community or the Somali community being the kingmakers in 2027. And there's something that Joho, CS, said the other day, that the president has many fasts. He's doing things that have never been done before in this country. One, would you say that this builds up to politics of sycophancy just so to protect a job? Or he's fully aware that the only way he can charm himself to Ruto is by endorsing him so that he can also have the support of the Islam or now the Somali?
You know, Joe is just right. A man called Musa Sirima was once made a minister. Say, kumbe kitu ni tamu namna hii. So this is a nice thing. When you become a cabinet secretary in a third world country, never mind that it is poor, the trappings of power, the things that come your way, the luxury, the attention, the security, the money,
Constant
the salutes,
validation.
you can say anything. So Joe is right. Being a CS in a poor, dirty third world country like Kenya means so much. In other countries, being a minister is just normal. Even here, we can make it. If you made me a minister, you'll meet me in the streets. Just dressed casually and doing my things. I once tried to do business with my late cousin brother. Let him rest in peace. So we went to Dar es Salaam.
Sure.
we wanted to import maize into Kenya. There was shortage. I thought that was the end of my poverty. By the way, it was going to be the end of my
misery.
We were going to make a lot of money. So when we landed in Dar es Salaam,
Sure.
we went for a cup of tea and a very modest place. Extremely, you know me, my eating habits.
True.
I didn't start yesterday. I've been like this for many years. And I was in around 40 years or something like that, quite a way back. And so we sat in a very modest tea room and we got talking. So we asked somebody, and they told me, but the guy who was seated across you was the minister. We'd been having tea with the minister, the relevant minister actually.
For that particular docket that you're seeking business from.
Yes. It sounds strange, but that's it. It's not fiction. It's truth. Really nothing but truth. So, and other stories have been told. If you read Ngugi wa Thiong'o, he's going to address a meeting and the person comes to pick him. Is it Ngugi or somebody? And he thinks the guy has sent the driver. The conference coordinator, the big man. He's the one. Another one is, I think, is again Ngugi wa Thiong'o. He's addressing a very serious workshop or something like that. What do you call conference. When the time for the Prime Minister of Ireland comes to speak, the guy is looking around at India namna gani. The guy just stands up from the crowd, from everybody, and just speaks. And you can go on and on. You've seen videos of prime ministers of these Nordic countries cycling to work, and you know. We will get there, but before we get there, being a minister in this country is a big thing, and therefore, once you are made a minister, you can say anything to please your man who made you prime minister.
He who donates to the people calls the tune.
Yes, yes.
All right. There you have it. That has been our conversation discussing a raft of issues in the world of politics and governance with none other than the firebrand himself, renowned thought leader, Professor Herman Manyora. We've been doing this from 17 Losai here in Ngara, just a stone throw away from Nairobi CBD. Come here with 3 million Kenya shillings. You'll get one of these modern studio apartments. If you don't have the full amount, make a 10% initial deposit, 80% during the construction phase, and then 10% during the official handover of this unit. You can convert it into a B&B, rent it out. You can take this for you yourself as a young professional. For you as a student, this is one of the most affordable and comfortable suites you can be in. Just contact them today, either through their website, www.17losai.com, or call them via the number that is 0708 798 098. One more time, 0708 798 098. 17 Losai. Prof, finally, can I get a loan from you to get one of these units?
If you talk well.
Just 3 million?
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.